What's going on, people? Welcome to the match preview, our first ever European game. Well, after Fredrikstad, our first competitive league game, before Patrick corrects me. I'm here with D, Xavier, and Uncle Pat. Boys, how we doing? D, how we doing?
Good man, good. Few technical problems and that. My microphone ain't working properly. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. This is a game that, of course, we'll both be going to, so should be good.
Xavier, how you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm buzzing really still off, the result on Saturday. Already taking off work for Thursday to watch the match. So yeah, I mean it's just a great time to be Palace. So yeah, I'm buzzing.
Yeah. Uncle P, how much content have you watched from the weekend and how much are you looking forward to Thursday?
Not as much as I wanted to watch. I was busy with the Ryder Cup. I went to actually watch it yesterday, Sunday, the singles, which is a lot of fun. So I have watched the game back at least once, and I've tried to intersperse that with some Liverpool copish content, some Anfield rap content, because they're so salty right now over the result. So no, it's been good. It's been good.
Yeah, so me and D will be making our way to Warsaw on Wednesday. I think we've sold just over 2,500 tickets. There's been a few scares with Lublin airspace being closed due to a Eastern European conflict, but I guess it makes it a bit more spicier that there'll be missiles flying all over the place. But in terms of the game, saw a few people talking about rotation. D, do you think we go with our strongest 11, same as Saturday? Or do you think
Yeah,
would you like to see
100%.
some rotation?
Nah, I think we'll go with the strongest 11. I think we'll go with the team that played on Saturday. We might see rotation during the game if we end up, being maybe like 2-0 or 3-0 up in the first half, if that ever happens. But he's not gonna go weak for this game. Everton is on Sunday, of course. We have to think about that, but yeah, I just don't see us going with any other side. And why would you really change the side? You played on Saturday, and now you're playing on Thursday, so you got enough recovery and rest time. I think the Everton game could maybe depending on the conditions of the players, maybe we see a few rotations in that one. But in this one, nah, we go with the strongest team. We can't take this game lightly. Yes, on paper we are favourites for the whole tournament, let alone this game. But it doesn't guarantee success. Yeah, you just have to go out there and produce. And if you make too many rotations, then that could impact the rhythm, the patterns of play, with some of the new players not totally understanding the squad. Maybe one or two players, but yeah, even that would be a surprise to me.
Yeah, definitely. With this being our first European, like it's in a league format, so I wouldn't say it's a cup competition, but it's kind of in a league format. What Xavier, what difficulties do you think we'll face in this competition, especially with Dynamo Kyiv on Thursday? That will be different to the Premier League, and how will we have to adapt?
I just think, European football just presents different challenges, from the league. Basically our entire side, haven't played, European competitions aside from Kamada. And you saw, the Fredrikstad, the two leg, we got the job done. But you could see, it just presents, different challenges, in terms of teams sitting back against us and, having us, go attack them, going, different places, as opposed to, just traveling up and down the country. It's just a bit different, right? And I think, those kinds of things will make a difference. I know on Thursday we'll be playing in Poland. I don't know what kind of home presence, the Kiev fans will have. Maybe, people who are just, expats types living there. I imagine we'll have just as many fans, there, if not more, to be honest, considering how many we're bringing, which, is great. But it's just different, the whole Thursday nights. It's just different for the entire squad. I imagine that will adapt, while the squad doesn't have the experience, Glasner certainly does. So I know, we'll have us, ready to go. Like Dee said, I don't imagine we'll rotate anyone. So I think we'll be ready to go. But I just think, first couple of matches will probably take us a little bit, just adapt to, the playing on the Thursdays and the Sundays bit. And, just the different types of, shapes, that these European sides have, the different types of, physicality that they bring, the different types of technical ability that they bring. I imagine it'll take us some time to get used to that. But, it's exciting. It's definitely, European football is definitely different. Just really excited to see how the squad adapts to it.
Yeah, I definitely think teams will show us a bit more respect in this league, in this competition. Pat, with Dynamo Kiev, can you give us a little background on how they're doing? Any players we should be aware of? I heard they're on a little bit of an unbeaten run as well. I think they drew on the weekend. But anything on Dynamo Kiev?
How do you know I'd have that available though?
Oh, come
What
on,
if I didn't have it
man.
available?
I know you. You probably have it on every team already, up to
Some of us
Shelburne.
plan ahead. Unlike others in this, some of us actually plan ahead when we're doing shows. But I'm not going to say anything because they might get upset at me. But anyway, well, they're currently in first place. 4 wins, 3 draws on 15 points. They have drawn the last 3. You're right. 3-3, 2-2, and 2-2. They play a 4-1-2-3 formation. Top goal scorers are Alexander Karaveyev on 3 goals and Vitaly Byalsky on 3 goals. And they actually rotate 2 of their keepers. They have a keeper named Valentin Morgan who's played the last 2 with a 24-year-old. But funny enough, they had another goalkeeper, a 23-year-old Ruslan Nesheret, who played the 11 games prior to that, had 6 clean sheets, and was playing in their Europa League qualification matches. So I'm not sure if Nesheret was injured or if it was a tactical thing by the manager. So they're on good form. The last actual loss, they're undefeated in the league, I think, in like 30-something games. But they actually have lost in both they lost to Pathos in the Champions League in August, 2-0 away, and they lost to Maccabi Tel Aviv in Europa League qualification in August also. So sorry. No, wait. Yeah. So they're killing the Ukrainian league. They are defending Ukrainian league champions. They've got a lot of pedigree. They've won in the past UEFA Cup, the Cup Winners' Cup. So they've got pedigree. So it'll be a good game. I'm really looking forward to it because again, you guys saying about rotation and Xavier talking about the squad not having the experience. It will be nice to see how we adapt. I think we're going to make a few changes, by the way, in the lineup. I think Sosa will play. I really think that he'll play him. I think that's why we bought him to play in European games. He's got that experience. But that one aside, I think everyone else will be the same as the Liverpool match. But if we don't rotate, I understand that too. But the adaptation will be interesting. I think having Glasner is the absolute key because he's experienced it. His coaching staff experienced it. So that's going to be very interesting when we come up to that game on Thursday.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Do you think D, like, away from the football side, what does it mean to you to be traveling to see Palace away in Europe on a personal note?
It's unreal because not only we're playing Europe, it's coming off success as well. Of course, we should be in Europa League, but the last 6 months or so being a Palace fan has just been crazy. When's the last time we lost? In April, which is wild. And the fact that we're in October now, we're approaching October, and yeah, like not only have we sold out their away fixture, I mean we got additional tickets. There's about over 2,500, so it's going to be great. A lot of it's not everyone is going to witness what we're witnessing in terms of the past Palace fans that haven't been able to experience the success and stuff. So we have to appreciate what we have. But also we've deserved it. We've come a long way as a football club from where we were in 2010 compared to now. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to experiencing an away day away from the country. I don't know exactly how that's going to work. I mean, there were a few Chelsea fans saying, great, why do you let the Polish ultras know where you're going to be at? So I don't know if that's a factor and this and that, but let's see. I'm looking forward to it. I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot of people who also watch the shows that's going to be there as well. So it'll be great to bump into a few people when out there.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like it'll be a cold one out there, but they're playing. I think Legia Warsaw are playing against a Turkish team, Samsunspor, on the Thursday.
Okay, yeah.
So they might mistaken you for a Samsunspor. Potentially.
Are they playing at the same time? Yeah, I didn't realize.
They're playing on a Thursday, but we're there on a Wednesday night in Warsaw.
Oh well, we're both playing on a Thursday though.
Yeah.
So there are 2. Okay, so
there's 4 different Polish games in Poland in the Europa Conference and Europa League on Thursday.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Well, Warsaw is where we'll be at, so that's going to be interesting.
How's the weather in Warsaw in September? How's the weather there?
It's about 12-13 degrees. 12-13 is quite cold. I think, Xavier, we're allowed up to 12 subs in the Conference League, or 11. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. Do you think Glasner takes the full squad, or do you think he takes a reduced squad?
No, I don't think there's any. I don't know, actually. I think that's a good question. I think I mean, based off what he was doing in, the Fredrikstad, I'm assuming it was the same sort of ability to bring that many people then. We didn't have the squad that we did, to be fair, back then. But I don't imagine that he will. I just think that in terms of, who he wants to play, it's, pretty set. I think he likes, a bit of a smaller squad, to be honest. So I only imagine that he's probably has about 15, 16 players in mind that he wants to play on Thursday. So I imagine, that's what he'll do in terms of, bringing, similar type of squad to, what we had, at the weekend, against Liverpool. That's what I imagine. I think maybe, if we progress in the competition, hopefully, and we're talking about the latter stages, bringing, players who probably aren't going to play anyway, just giving that experience. I think that might be something that happens, later in the competition, but I don't expect that to be happening on, early, while we're in the group stage of it.
I think he brings everyone. The problem with Fredrikstad is that, one, we had the injuries, so there were a few players that are available now that weren't available then, and two, we didn't have the players. I don't think he's going to go out there and leave players at home for the sake of it. I think whoever's fit, they come. The biggest question is, I haven't calculated it, but does Romain Esse find a way back into the squad if we're looking at a bigger bench in this game? Does it bring him? Apart from him, I think everyone else comes into the squad anyways.
Who was it that missed out on the weekend? It was a Cardines, wasn't it?
Cardines and Esse for the two.
Yeah, Cardines and Esse.
Right.
It's funny because like normally with match previews we have a background of the team. We kind of know how they've been playing or like just some of their players or how we could approach the game. Patrick, do you think it's just like a shot in the dark for us at the moment? We just don't really know how we're going to set up. Is it just going to be? Do you think like only Glasner and the backroom staff will know? Do you think we'll go on the front foot? Do you think we'll feel it out? What do you think?
Yeah, I think as a coaching staff, that he'll be 1,000% prepared for the match. I think as fans, you two especially, you're going there just to enjoy the match and to see what happens. But as a coaching staff, I'm not worried about. I'm looking forward actually to the press conference, because at that press conference, like Fred just thought, he'll be talking about how Kiev play, who their key players. I'm sure he meant some of the players that I mentioned, maybe others that are key. He'll talk about the manager, who he may or may not know from the past, who knows. But yeah, I think that the way we set up isn't going to change. We're going to play the three in the back, the wing backs, the two midfielders, the 10s and the 9. We're going to play the same way we try and play, press when we can, counter when we can, mid block. Obviously, like you said, it's a league stage now, so even a point would be good, but 3 would be brilliant, obviously, in the first match. So I think there's a lot of things that go into it, but I don't think I'm going to worry too much about how Kiev play, because I don't know how they play. I've watched one Kiev game. I'm not going to sit here and lie, but I definitely will be watching it going forward, because now that we've got we're in the Conference League, Paramount Plus over here shows all of their matches, so I'll be watching Alkmaar play before we play them, and I know the other teams that play. But as far as how Kiev play, I'm sure Glasner and the staff know, and that's all that really matters to me.
Yeah, it's obviously it's the Conference League, the top 8 go through, and then the playoffs. How important is it, D, that we get off to a good start? Because I think Dynamo Kyiv, I don't know if anyone's got the odds up. I know we were the favourites. Are they also one of the favourites, like top 5 to do well in this competition? Is it important we get a winner?
I don't know if they're top 5. I was just looking at their fixtures whilst Patrick was talking to see who they've got. So, I mean, they're probably looking at our game as if we can get a draw, that would be good. And they got another big game against Fiorentina as well. So, yeah, they've got 2 big games. So out of the 6 games, 4 of them that probably is winnable. But they haven't got easy fixtures, to be fair. Even Samsunspor, the Turkish team, it's not going to be an easy game for them. Because I'm just trying to work out how they would approach this game. They've conceded a lot of goals recently. And the latest game on Saturday, they conceded 3 goals, but they also scored 3. They conceded 2 before that. And yeah, they've, pretty much in Europe, the first game against Tel Aviv, they conceded 3 goals, but they had a red card in that one. And I think there should be goals in this game. I think this is now a test for Palace in terms of how we approach the game, breaking down teams. And I think we've done a good job so far this season. It's been pretty much, we haven't been able to take our chances rather than breaking down teams. So if we're clinical in front of goals, based on their previous results, even though if they do sit back, they play 4 at the back. I think we should be, hopefully up and winning this game. because we can't take this game lightly. We just can't. I don't want to draw or lose in this game. It ain't the end of the world, but you just want to start off with a strong win. And this is a side that have been conceding goals, and with all due respect, in the Ukrainian league. So if they're conceding against weak opposition, then hopefully against us, we should be able to create chances and you score goals.
Let me just jump in real quick. I took a look at their squad, guys, and they have interestingly, they have a young Senegalese defender. So maybe obviously Saul might know him. They have a young Nigerian forward, Shola Ogundama, who knows, maybe Uche might know him, and they have another Senegalese forward, Samba Diallo, and they have a Colombian striker, Angel Torres. I'm sure Munoz and Lerma would know. So there will be some familiarity in the squad. Actually, I didn't even realize after looking at it. They have some players that I'm sure some of our players will know, and that will help with the scouting and how they play against them if those guys start. So that'll be interesting.
I think Yarmolenko plays for them as well, the ex-West Ham.
He does. Andre Yarmolenko, 35 now. Jeez Louise, 35 years old now. That's mad.
I mean,
we're not meant to be scared of it. We're not meant to be scared of him.
No, when he was younger, good player though. When he was younger, for sure.
Of course. And I'm just looking at the results. Like against Paphos, they lost. I know it's Champions League qualifying round, but if Paphos beat them 2-0 and then 1-0 at their ground, maybe they might sit back against us. But yeah, man, I think it should be good. I'd be shocked if we don't go there and get a win in this one. They played West Brom in pre-season, I believe, which was 1-1. I don't know.
Paphos have got Bayern Munich tomorrow or the day after, I think.
Paphos is actually doing quite well.
Yeah, they've got Ramos or someone like that. They've got a big player or someone.
David Luiz.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yes,
that's
Luiz.
it. And he was a centre back. With obviously this is I think did Fredrikstad we played Thursday, Sunday? Did that happen?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
What were our results after Thursday, Sunday in Fredrikstad?
Forest and Villa, no?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a second.
We beat Villa 3-0 after the second leg.
After the second leg, yeah.
First leg was faced Forest after. It was a Sellers game and it was 1-0.
Yeah. So we've done quite well in our first two Thursday Sunday games. Xavier, obviously we don't want to look too far in front, but do you see this competition in this game like bigger for you than the Everton game Sunday?
I think in terms of this match, I think I'd say yeah, only because like Dee was saying, I think getting off to a good start in this competition is important. You mentioned earlier like wanting to know about where they are in terms of the betting favorites. They're actually eighth favorites to win. Oh, yeah. They're about 20-1. Obviously we're first in that, like you were saying, and also interestingly enough, Strasbourg and Alkmaar are also amongst the top 8 favorites. We actually played 3 of the top 8 favorites, which was interesting. So yeah, I mean, it seems like they'll be one of the better sides of this competition. I think we have to be targeting the top 8, definitely. I'd really be looking to be honestly one of the top 4 sides of this competition. I think we really shouldn't have an excuse to not get somewhere between 14, to 16 points, out of these 6 matches. And I think getting off to a big, good start on Thursday is big. So just in terms of that, the way we're going in the league, I didn't think we'd be going this well, if I'm being honest with you. So It gets to a point now where it's like, well, the league matches, whereas before the season, I think, one of the domestic cups and then, going well in the conference league would have been my main goal. But now the league's going so well. And, I'm seeing how the other sides in the league are looking. I don't really see any reason why, if, we're able to stay fit, we can't, be, somewhere between top 6 to top 8. Like, I genuinely believe that at this point. So I do think the league's going to be more important than I had realized before the season. But just in terms of, this particular fixture, I think getting 3 points here would be, big, another boost to, an already confident side. And then, on Sunday, if we just get a point from Everton, it's not been a good ground for us lately. I'd be happy with that. We get into the international break. That'd be fine with me. Obviously, be looking at 2 wins. But if you had to ask me if there was a win or a draw, I'd rather, the win on Thursday and then, another point, at a difficult ground on Sunday and then go into the international break and then rest up for a couple of weeks and then go again, in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it would be great to finish 20 unbeaten going into the international break. And these days, a lot of our team are away, so just try and it's kind of, I feel like we're kind of at a stage where I was so happy with the win Saturday, but I was also happy there was no new injuries or knocks. That feels like we haven't had a fully fit squad for a long time. Pat, are you with our start to the season? Has it made you sway like Xavier? What are you thinking? Do you think, are you trying to not look too far in the future, or do you see like us being able to top last season's FA Cup win?
Yeah, I'm not looking any further than Thursday. I just don't. I
How
just
do we
don't have
top
my
the FA Cup
mindset.
win? How do we top
Yeah.
the FA Cup win?
A European trophy.
Yeah, I think a European trophy.
So does it hold more
It
weight
won't.
than
It might. I don't think
yeah,
it would
go ahead.
top as in. It was our first ever trophy, and it was
exactly.
magical.
Yeah.
But it maybe elevates us to a different level of club.
Yeah,
And
that's it for me. Yeah, nothing will top the FA Cup ever.
Debut
Nothing
season
could
as
top
well.
it. Yeah,
you know
nothing could
Winning
top
it in
it.
your debut season.
Right, nothing could top it from the FA Cup from the standpoint of obviously Little Palace finally getting our first trophy, getting some respect, being in there with you guys, etc. But a European trophy kind of puts you, even if it's say what you want about it, it's not the Champions League, but to Palace win the European trophy. I mean, come on. I mean, listen, I'm older than all of you, obviously. So to think about it in that way, there was no way, even when your guys' ages, I ever think Palace ever win a European trophy. So to actually have that chance now, that would be amazing. So yeah, it wouldn't top it. But going back to Lou's original question, yeah, I'm looking at it basically one match at a time. I'm extremely happy with the players being back from injury, the way that we're playing. The manager seems in a really great headspace right now. Being third is ridiculous. Being on the undefeated team in the Premier League is ridiculous. Playing the first European game on Thursday is mad. I just got my son a ticket for the Brighton game. He'll be over there for that. So that's looking forward to that in a month and a bit to see the Brighton game, being over for the Alkmaar game. It's mad. Like right now, the heady times of Palace right now are mad. So no, I'm not looking at. I'm just real happy. I just saw they put the Liverpool game is going to be on a Wednesday. We're playing Wednesday, Saturday, and then Thursday, Sunday. I mean, the schedule is going to get mad. So we'll see more players playing, obviously, like that. Riyad, I heard, is getting closer to getting back. It'll be great to see Charlie Riyad back in the squad. So, no, right now, I'm just looking like, let's go Thursday and see what happens next.
You reckon we have a bit of rotation up front? Because Glasgow spoke about competition. And I think the competition up there, especially with the last.
Can't even help. You can't let.
I'll take the edge of this question. Do you think there will be keeper rotation as well? If we're talking, do you think Benitez was?
I like the edge though. I like the edge. You don't have to take it off. We can talk about keepers after. We can just focus on the forward situation. Because I haven't spoken to Patrick since.
The funny thing is. The funny thing is, I mentioned Sosa earlier. He just let that one go. Remember I said Sosa would start. He did. The Sosa agenda is now gone. We're back on the Nketiah agenda. So let's address it. Let's address the.
No, I'm joking.
Without a doubt, that goal was amazing for not only the player as an individual, but for the club, obviously. Because I looked at they had that Pat put out this thing about the stats from the game. That was the latest goal we've ever scored in the Premier League. We mentioned that during the play ratings. So, and I saw Eddie this morning on Instagram with his mum saying how proud she was of him. Listen, if he starts on Thursday, 100% he deserves it. I got no problem with that. And I honestly feel that Mateta needs to rest. Having said that, I'd still be surprised that if he was rested. I would still think they would start JP over Nketiah because of the fact that he wants to keep Nketiah on JP on this, just keep him playing. But Nketiah deserves a start, 100%. He's coming off a high. There's no doubt that, like as I mentioned before, I thought there'd be three. I think he would start. Honestly, I think he'll start Sosa. He'll start Nketiah. I think there's a chance for Benitez, if he's okay, he might start too. So, we'll see. Listen, we have options.
I think Mateta should be starting. I was just joking about it. I think Nketiah is good for him to have appearance off the bench and then build solid minutes. Then push for him.
Start?
I think the only reason why Nketiah could start if Glasgow did ever rotate is because of fatigue rather than performance. I don't think you drop Mateta after.
It's not a drop though. But see when you
rotation.
rotation,
you know what I mean.
You don't see it exactly.
Rotation. I don't think we've reached that stage yet, but it depends on fatigue. But it's also good. Well, I was going to ask, I know it's a bit off topic, but would you lot take a top 5 finish, or would you rather finish lower on the table, let's say 12th, or win the Conference League? Would you rather see Palace play in the Would you rather see Palace play in Champions League, or Palace finish 12th, 13th, and win the Conference League?
Okay, the only caveat to that, I have to add another caveat, is if it guarantees Glasgow stays, I'll take the Champions League over Conference League winning. If it guarantees you're going to stay, but if it doesn't guarantee you're going to stay, give me a trophy every time. That's for me personally. So.
What about you, Xavier? What do you think?
Yeah, that's a good question, D. I just gotten addicted to trophies, to be honest with you. Like at this point,
I'm thinking about a bigger picture as well. If we compete in the Champions League football, for example, I was looking at the other day, and the financial benefits it will have to the football club to push us on to the next level in terms of like extra money coming in, and then maybe being able to spend a bit more in transfer window, and then as a result, maybe you can show more ambition to Glasgow, which you might not be able to show if you did win the Conference League. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's still interesting. It's still interesting. Look, for me, the feeling of winning the trophy, I want more because that cabinet was tired. And I'm happy that we filled it up in the last 6 months with a couple of trophies rather than, a certificate that we're Premier League Football Club in our trophy cabinet. I'm happy that that's been removed from there. But, I think as the season goes on, let's see what happens. But if we still keep doing well in the Premier League as well as the Conference League, I think Glasgow will aim for all of the competitions. But I think from a fan's perspective, we can have that debate maybe, I don't know what you think, about the Champions League versus winning the Conference League.
I generally think the only thing holding us back is injuries. If you look at any team who's been successful, whether it's been title-winning teams or teams that have broken into the top 6, top 4, there's always the factor that like a correlating factor is keeping the team fit. Even if we're talking when Newcastle got in the Champions League, it's like the same team played over and over again. Even Forest last year, that back 5 solid over and over again. So it's about, can we put out our best team as many times as possible? We even take Leicester's title-winning game. They title-winning season. They had I swear they played the same 11 and made the same 3-4 subs every single game. Yeah, Ulloa, Schlupp would come on, and it was just the same thing. So if we get that continuity in our squad and we keep people fit and we don't get hamstring injuries here and there, and I always say our depth players, I need my squad players to stay fit. So people like Eddie, who's not first choice, we need him firing ready, because as soon as your depth players start getting injured, then it's like you're forced to play your first team over and over and over again. Then they're going to get injured. Then they're going to get fatigued. So, it's going to take some luck. But I definitely think there's not really obviously, I wouldn't say win the league, but there's no limit on where we could go if we keep a fully fit squad. I personally think, I don't know.
This Premier League season just wide open. I don't
know what you guys think. There's always this debate about has the quality gone down and this and that, and it's gone to a bit of set pieces, gone full circle, long throws, pumping it in, smashing it from the kickoff into the corner flag. It's so data driven in playing the percentages, but to me, a competitive league is a good league. I don't know. What do you think, Xavier?
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. I mean, I can pretty much remember every season that Palace have played in Premier League since we came up, in 2013, and the quality of team just wasn't as good back then. I don't really care, what people say in terms of, the nostalgia over, those old leagues. I was there, I watched it, and the teams we had that were able to stay up, and some of them to do quite decently, just nowhere near the level of the team that we have right now. I just think the competitive, just up and down the league, just the quality that is available to all these sides is just at a different level. And a lot of that is because of the money, that's come in. Just can afford a better type of player than you could when you came up, about a decade ago. Mm-hmm. You saw the way that, that Sunderland spent, this past summer, we never could have done that kind of spending when we came up. I just think, the quality is massively increased. And I think, the competition, has massively increased as a result of that. There's also, further European competitions. And I just think there's these opportunities for sides like us now to really take advantage of. If we are able, like you're saying, Louis, to keep, a fit squad, I think that'll be the key. I generally don't think there's a limit to what this squad can achieve if we just manage to stay fit. I'm just praying that we do. If there are any knocks, there are a couple weak knocks, the ones that, Sarr and Borton had, just no long-term injuries, and be able to keep everyone fit. I just don't see a limit. I don't think there's any side in the country that we can't beat, really, at this point. Generally, there's no real fear of anyone that we can play, and just hoping that we can stay fit. And I really do think there's an unlimited ceiling with the squad. Just really, really look forward to seeing it.
Yeah, definitely. The fact that go on, Pat.
if I had one more thing, I watched you talked before about the content. I watched a lot of the content of the pundits after the match, and the amount of praise that Glasner got and the tactics that he uses was amazing. Because honestly, he had Slot like having no idea what to do. He ended up moving his best midfielder to centre half, one of his other midfielders to right back. He had no idea. And what I am so happy is that the Glasner system people think is basic and simple. It's actually really not, but it's highly effective because how adaptable it is. Like I always say, is that they say three in the back. It's never three in the back ever. It's never. It's either 4 or 5. We drop back into that mid block with the 5-4-1. The way that he uses the tens, the way that Pino and Saar press, the way they work with Mateta, the way that Wharton and Kamada are press resistant. I just love the way they play. And again, like I said, the tactics of this manager is amazing. You add that into the emotion he shows during games, which I think is always great. When he running down the sideline, let me stop, let me not get in trouble. I just think that honestly, it's just great. My only concern is that we're getting a little bit too much coverage right now. All of a sudden now, Palace are like undefeated. Palace, Glasner's too good for Palace, blah blah. But again, I'm taking it 1 match, 1 week, 1 month, 1 season at a time. So let's see. But it's great right now. It's great. I'll say again, best time ever to be a Palace fan. Enjoy it. All you negative people out there who want to moan and complain, don't do it now, because I'm saying right now, it gets no better than this. And it might get even better.
Because I wasn't in a match reaction, of course, but I know you wasn't as well, Patrick.
Right.
Player ratings, I sorted out, and that's already released by the time everyone's watching this. What's your thoughts on, like, I thought the subs that Glazer made, I was like, why is he doing that? And he always gets it right, man. He always gets it right. Like, it's crazy that 3 subs contribute to winning goal.
One threw it in. The other one won the second phase. The next one won the third phase, and then the finish. Yeah. So it's the fact that he spoke about in the post-match conference. He said he's played up to like 500 games, and he would hate the fact of the momentum changing and how they would bring on more defenders, and like, why do we feel like this? We've been attacking all game. Now all of a sudden we're penned in. So he said, obviously, he made the Nketiah sub. I let Pat take over, like, how he meant by that, why he brought Nketiah on.
Yeah, he said he just he didn't feel the need to bring a defensive sub. He didn't want to drop deep. He felt like, Liverpool already had the impetus, and we wanted to kind of be on the front foot. But the funny thing is, the only thing I thought about that was that I was worried about JP on the fatigue. I thought bringing Nketiah on, absolutely no problem. Bring him on, but bring him on as a striker, and maybe bring on Uche as a 10. But again, you cannot fault the fact that he wanted to be more attacking. He's like, you know what? He would have taken the draw, but he wasn't prepared to have them pressure us and score a late goal. He said, you know what? If we can nick a goal late, we will. And again, at the time, I was like, whoa, wow, again, Mateta's on the whole time and Nketiah's on, but why? But again, when you listen to his reasoning, it just makes sense, because they really were, man. The first half, again, watch the first. I mean, you guys probably have a will. First 30 minutes was the best 30 minutes I think Paz had ever played at Selhurst. It's not, I mean, you were there.
3-4-0, man. That's why, I'll be honest, I don't know about you two, or Xavier as well. But I was pissed off when Liverpool scored. Like, I should be happy with draw, but if we drew against them, I was so pissed off. I was like, they did not deserve any time. They should have buried that game in the first half.
If you saw me on the watch along, after Liverpool scored, I was moping. I was full on moping. like a 4-year-old sulking.
Because I'm like, come on, man. There's no way this happens to us. And I mean, these are the standards that we're at. We're facing a title challenger, the current holders of the league, one of the best attack in the league on paper. And a draw is not good enough because we deserve to win. Like, these are the standards that he set us. But also, I know before we go to score prediction and wrap up, have they released any home tickets? Because I'm even like, I've got tickets for the home game. Yeah, what's going on?
They're probably going to do it how Shelbourne did it. They're going to release it as a package, as a trio.
Oh, yeah, Villa done that as well, because the game's in less than a month now, and I haven't heard anything about it. I was just looking at our fixtures. Let's just get through this week, and we've got the international break. Hopefully, rest for players like JP, etc., which is going to be massive, because I don't expect him to be called up to the French national squad. And then, we've got some big games coming up. We've got like the Bournemouth, Larnaca, Arsenal, and then, those non-stop. 3 games. What was that?
It's non-stop.
Yeah, it is non-stop. But those 3 games when we come back, that's gonna. I mean, it's not gonna define, but it's gonna show how serious we are in terms of what we can achieve this season. If we can get results against Bournemouth and Arsenal, I mean, both doing very good this season, then I don't know what we can.
To me, these next 2 games are massive because obviously I'm guessing we would have expanded a lot of energy against Liverpool because there was a few players who were on the floor who put a lot in. So if we can then fly out to Poland midweek, get our first European win, then go to our biggest bogey team going. I don't think
if we beat them.
Obviously, when Moyes was at West Ham, Glasner battered him, but I don't know. He was Moyes manager when they beat us 2-1. When the recent one, had he taken over yet?
No. That was Lopetegui. Was that
No. When they beat us 2-1 and Alcaraz scored.
Was that not outside the spot?
When Mitchell threw the ball and they went up the end, that 5:30 was it 5:30 kickoff?
I can't remember.
That game was horrible.
Yeah, I just
Moyes was manager.
It was Moyes. Yeah, I just looked.
Yeah.
So that was terrible. That man still does my head in.
Yeah, if we can do that, if we can.
That's
go
my birthday, man. That's my birthday.
That was terrible. I done a watch along for that, but you just knew it was coming as well.
Oh, you done a watch along for it?
Yeah, with Tim.
I can't remember West Ham beating us.
No, Everton. It was
Everton game. Remember Everton 2-1 when the throw.
Remember when Mitchell threw the ball? Lerma threw the ball to Mitchell and he let it.
Oh yeah.
It was like
he just took over.
Yeah, it was just took over.
Yeah. If we beat Everton, we're winning the league. Let's just say that. But we'll talk about that in Everton. That's a sign in itself.
Yeah, it's mad. Yeah, it's a mad.
I might have hosted the show today, but it's the predictions, and I'm going to hand it to the Mr. Prediction himself because this is his favorite part. D.
I mean, Patrick.
Yeah, but you're the prediction man, and
are you gonna put the table up now? Are you joking?
No. Pat's the prediction league regulator. Like he's like the PGMO of it all.
But you're the.
But D's. Yeah, go on, D.
Hey, all I have to say is when Nketiah scored a goal, I was celebrating, but I was also a bit pissed off.
We all have 1-1.
Yeah, you had 1-1.
Yeah, I had
1-1.
Me and Xavier all have 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1 as well.
I will add. I was the only person who was adamant Palace were going to win on Saturday from the start.
We're not doing that.
Okay. If I'm not going to get my homage, I'm going to get my homage.
You sound like D. I'll pick a home win. I'll pick a away, and I'll pick a draw. Come on, we're not doing this.
No, Pat. When I said it was
I get that
versus Liverpool.
With predictions, though, you got to just say what you predict. You
say what you mean. Say it with your chest.
Exactly.
It's deeper than that. Football's deeper than that. It's deeper than that.
What were the results, anyways, Patrick? In terms of the
so, obviously, Nick and Stan both had 2-1. They get 3 points for that. But Louis had 2-0, gets a point. But unfortunately, me, D, Xavier, AJ at 2-2, and T all had draws. So leave the standings as we'll go from top to bottom. AJ on 12 points in first, Stan in second place with 9 points, T in third place with 7 points, D in fourth place with 6 points. Wow. And then we have Nick with the big 3 points. He's also on fourth now on 6 points. But then we have Louis and Patrick on 5 points. Bad times. And Xavier, bottom of the league, 4 points.
Hey, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, you three are fighting it down there. We're not getting both of you lot, innit? You lot are just.
But as they say, early doors, man. We're
the amount of football they talk about in the chat, you think, damn, like these lot will, like they'll be top three.
We're not gonna do that.
But
you literally got the score wrong. You didn't even get the result right.
Exactly.
So,
you did have 1-1, so I'm not gonna say. You did have 1-1. Anyway, so
not on the show. Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say AJ is gonna flop from here onwards. We're in his head.
Oh yeah, from when he was scared about giving the result, I knew his head. He's gone.
Yeah, his head is gone. AJ's head is gone.
Finished.
Like, I just know it's gone. He had this spell at the start of the season.
You guys are funny. So Stan has 3-1 Palace. Nick has 2-1 Palace. T has 2-0 Palace, and AJ, you guys just trying to kill just now, has 3-1 Palace. So Xavier, I have yours, but you want to say that out loud? What's your prediction?
I have a 2-1 us. I think my issue is I'm not predicting us to win enough. This is why I'm doing so poorly. Just keep
You don't believe in us.
keep predicting draws for some reason. But yeah, I think we'll win. 2-1 sounds about right. I think there'll be goals. So yeah, no, I definitely back us to win on Thursday.
Is it me next? Do I have to go first?
I'll go next, but you are gonna go. You go before D. I'm gonna go 1-0 Palace. I think we'll win, but I don't think there'll be a lot of goals in it. So I'm going 1-0 Palace.
Yeah,
So,
I was gonna go 1-0 as well.
All right, here we go. D, you're last, my friend. What you got?
Put your neck on the line.
No one picked a draw. If you get a draw and it's a draw, man, you're gonna be way out ahead.
Not a draw. It's gonna be a win, but if you get the correct result, how many points do you get?
3 points.
3 points, and then let's.
By the way, you've not done that once this year yet. You've not got one correct score. Just saying it out there.
Okay. I'm gonna go 1-0 Palace.
Oh, same as me. Nice, interesting.
This guy.
Oh wow,
This
look at
guy.
him.
He done it last week. The 1-1. He
This
done
guy
it. Wait, guys. He done it last week when 3 people predicted 1-1. He said he's going to do 1-1 because he knows people can't overtake him. So
I swear it's not about you lot. It's about me. Because
Okay.
I'm looking at the recent results. And when teams are played at Dynamo Kiev in European fixtures, it just sounds about right.
There's a lot of draws there, man. A lot of draws, Kiev. You should go and draw, bro.
No, but in the league, there's a lot of draws.
Oh, okay.
At home, for example, when they played Tel Aviv, they only beat them 1-0. When they played at home against Paphos, they only lost 1-0. So at the home European fixtures is always a tight result. And I wanted to say 2. Can I say 6? Oh, I don't know. No, I'll keep with.
See, you're doing.
Give me 2, man. Give me 2. No, give me 1. No, say 1. Say 1. No, say 1.
What are we doing right now? He's all over the place.
Okay, these going with 1-0. Listen, the next time you'll see us is what's the next show that will be up? Is it the match reaction? Match reaction.
Wait, question. Can we have a Kiev vlog from you too, please? We got to see it. A vlog. Are we doing that, please?
Potentially.
4 in the morning.
Potentially. What you're going your first real away trip together. You got to give some.
We're not going together. We'll be there. We're coming back together. We're not going together. We're going solo.
These decided to go on a. By the way, these staying with me. But he's decided to go on a Poland tour. So he's flying somewhere. Then he's gonna walk through some woods and get on a, then he's gonna hitchhike. Then he's gonna get a train. Then he's gonna meet me in Warsaw.
Yeah. So my journey's a bit crazy. I leave my house 4 in the morning. And yeah, it's gonna be.
I am on the 3 p.m. flight from Luton Airport. So if anyone watches, come have a beer before.
I know there's gonna be anyone on my flight. I'm going somewhere called Lodz, I think. Lodz.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm wrong.
You're gonna be a hella Polish man.
Yeah. And then afterwards, I'm catching a bus. I'm catching a coach to Warsaw for like an hour and a half coach journey. So yeah, man.
Make sure you have your power bank with you.
Yeah, I really do need it. My phone battery runs out quick. But no, man, it should be good, man. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, we bump into a few people there as well. Let's see what
then we're on the 9:40 a.m. train from Warsaw to Lublin on the Thursday. So if you see us, come have a drink.
Anyway, we're going at 9:40 in the morning.
Yeah.
He just
realized. It's a 2-hour trip.
He just realized
you didn't tell me about the time.
I love D so much. It's amazing.
You can get on the later one if you want. You can get on the later one if you want.
I mean, but my train ticket's already booked.
Yeah, I know. So you can buy another one.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. That's gonna be early, man. But
anyway, you on the player ratings, I might be a bit worse for wear. So let's hope for a win that can help the hangover. But other than that, we'll wrap up. So we'll see you on the next one.
Up the Palace.